Welcome back. I'm pleased to welcome with me Craig Ganssle to the broadcast. Craig, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
I'm happy to have you here. We were just talking before we went live. For viewers who may be new to Farmwave, can you give us a quick overview? Like, what problem are you solving for agriculture, and why does it matter right now?
Sure. So we use camera sensors on combine harvesters to reduce harvest loss. And very simply, harvest loss is when a combine goes through the field, it may not get all the grain for a multitude of reasons, conditions or settings on the machine. And to a farmer, it's one word of what's left behind. It's money. They're leaving money in the field.
Yeah. Agriculture isn't always, I think, the first industry people think of when they hear AI, right?
Not really.
So what makes farming such a powerful use case for edge AI?
Well, for edge AI specifically, it's because farming is happening out there remotely, right? Specifically for what we do, it's on-farm machinery, and that's not connected to the internet. It's not, even if we utilize whether cellular connectivity or satellite, it's still got latency, bandwidth issues. You're in very remote areas.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of data that's being collected off farms to help us grow more reliable, sustainable food crops. And you talk about the other industries, which are very important as well, energy, defense, manufacturing, healthcare. But of the global GDP, agriculture is number 4, but without it, all the others collapse.
Yeah. Now, you mentioned like remote locations, but they're also like pretty challenging environments overall.
Yeah.
In addition to the remote locations, you've got fields and processing facilities. So, why is edge computing, I would say, like essential versus relying like solely on the cloud?
Yeah, when a farmer is using their machinery, whether it be harvesters, sprayers, planters, that feedback loop, they need the data immediately in real time. When a combine harvester is going through the field and they're seeing losses off the header or the rear of the combine, they have to make a decision immediately to reduce that loss. And so everything has to happen on that machine. And so for us, we use the Dell Pro Rugged in the cab that they're interfacing with, and it's all happening right there.
Yeah, and so what kind of insights, are you extracting at the edge today, and how quickly do those insights translate into action, for growers or processors for you?
So our camera sensors that take these pictures and identify the grain in the image and then count how much grain it sees does a mathematical computation based off the type of crop, which crop it is, on approximately how much loss they have is happening every 3 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
And so every 3 seconds, we're giving feedback to the farmer what they're losing, and
That
right
is
away,
impressive.
they make a decision to make a multitude of adjustments to
Right.
reduce that loss.
Right. How do you balance, I'm curious as well, like sophisticated AI models with the realities of agriculture, farming as a whole? You've got limited connectivity, power, infrastructure. How do you balance those realities?
Yeah, we custom build our own wiring harness power assembly that is on the combine harvester, which we draw power from. Those machines are bigger than this whole stage right here, right? They're huge. And so we can tap into power there, but the cameras and wiring them into the Dell Pro Rugged, it's just all happening on that in sort of a third-party retrofit system that we've designed. So it works on any make, model combine, but it's just about dusty, dirty environment, right? It's disconnected from the cloud, and but we're bringing these insights to them to make those adjustments.
Yeah, I'm curious from a customer's perspective, like when you're having these conversations with customers or they've actually gone out and deployed something, like what's the biggest like aha moment that they experience where it's like, oh, like, so this is what this means?
Oftentimes, it seems too good to be true. So when they see it work, they're like, okay, this really works. And it's solving a real problem for them.
Yes.
And I think when we build technology, there has to be an immediate value proposition, especially in an environment like this in agriculture. Like, they're not just adopting technology for the sake of having it.
Yes.
It's what's this doing for me? What's the problem it's solving? And we can start by just small problems one at a time.
Yeah, and what excites you the most, actually? Like, in the future, like where AI is headed, like over the next few years in agriculture?
There's been a lot of conversation this week. Michael said it on Monday and Jeff said it yesterday about we're no longer really taking the data to where the AI is, but the AI to where the data is.
Yep.
And Farmwave's been doing that for 10 years. That's what we're all about. And that really excites me because that is so true, not just in agriculture. There's many industries where that's a factor, but agriculture specifically, it's all happening on the farm.
Yeah.
We've got to take it to them there.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a firm believer that, you can learn from anybody. And what you've been able to do at Farmwave has been absolutely amazing.
Thank you.
And so, like, for leaders that are here at DTW or those that we have that are on our broadcast, who may not even be in agriculture, because I feel like, the lessons are the lessons, right? What lessons from your journey with Farmwave, like, can apply to any industry deploying AI at the edge?
So I'm not a farm kid. I didn't grow up on a farm. I've been in technology for 30 years, and I kind of ended up in this industry by being asked about solving problems for it. So not having that knowledge, we made the customer, or in our case, the farmer, part of the process of developing. And I think when you're solving for real problems, that's essential. I know that the technology exists to solve this for you. Help me identify the best way to do that for you in your environment and how you would interact with it every day.
Yeah, Craig, thank you so much for joining us
Thank you for
today.
having me.
Look, I appreciate it so much. And you know what? I think, like, for those that are watching, you can actually check out right after this. We're going to see a video on a new customer story with Farmwave so that you can learn more.